Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. I am Matt. Hope you're all doing well. Today we're going to check out the Aegis Mini kit from Geek Vape. This is a follow-up to their very popular Aegis line. This one, like past ones, is waterproof, shockproof, dustproof, all that good stuff. But it does have a built-in battery, and it's a little mini mod. So let's go ahead and dive into it. I just have sample packaging, so your packaging is going to look different from mine. Inside, you are going to get your mod. And then you have this Cerberus sub-ohm tank. And then a piece of straight glass, a baggie of spares, an extra coil head, and a micro USB charging cable. Now, let's start out with the Cerberus tank really quick. We looked at this tank before, but from what I remember, I don't believe it came with this exact coil head, okay? You got airflow control down here. I believe with the bubble tank on, this holds about 5.5, 6 mLs of liquid. Here is your drip tip. It is an 810. Other 810s will fit in this. And that's about 18 millimeters in diameter. So if for some reason you have an 810 tip that's wider than that, it's gonna hang over. To fill this, it's a quarter turn and you fill up in one of those two slots. It's got that same Geek Vape top cap design we've seen in some of their RTAs and sub-ohm tanks. Okay, so then you just line it up, it clicks in place, and quarter turn tightens it up. It's 2 slots in the AFC with hard stops, fixed 510 pin, silver plated. To get to your coil head, you just unscrew the base. And here is the coil. Now this is a mesh coil, but it is 0.3 ohms. So they got the resistance up a bit compared to other mesh coils. And it's only rated, they say, for 30 to 45 watts. We'll talk about that a little more when we go back up top. And it's just a single mesh coil, as you can see down inside there. So we'll go ahead and prime this up. Not the biggest wick slots in the world. Put it all back together. And these fill ports aren't massive. As you can see, the tip doesn't fit down inside there. But if you just hold it tightly up against that and start filling, you'll be fine. But it would have been nice if those were a little bit wider. And then let's put this back together and put the tank out of the way. So here is the mod. It's about 78 millimeters tall, about 39 millimeters that way. And the top here for the 510, that plate is about 26 millimeters. So anything over 26, you're going to start seeing some hangover and whatnot. It does kind of bevel in a little bit. So 26s and under will look fine. Gold plated, floating 510 pin. And we'll go ahead and put the Cerberus tank on here. This one's about 24.5 millimeters in diameter. Now, this mod is like the Aegis Legend I reviewed a few months ago. Waterproof, dustproof, shockproof, all that jazz. The difference between this and that is obviously this is a lot smaller and it has a built-in 2200 milliamp hour battery. So obviously you have to charge the battery in mod, and it does have 2 amp quick charging. So the charge port is down here and you charge right inside there. Then you plug this guy back up. You got some venting right there. Those holes don't go all the way through. I believe they did this with the Aegis Legend as well. I think there's like a thin layer behind those holes, which with a certain amount of pressure, if your battery is venting, it will then shoot through that layer and vent out the bottom. You got leather accents right here. It's nice rubberized silicone layer around here. I mean, it feels great. It feels like the Aegis Legend did. It feels very, very solid, but it's not overly heavy. Turn it on, 5 clicks. We'll go new coil. And on my camera, the screen looks like it's flashing, right? But it doesn't look like that in real life. It just has to do with the frame rates and the refresh rates on this screen. Sometimes they don't match up with certain mods and then you get that weird look. So I apologize. Now, this is an 80 watt device. So it scrolls all the way up to 80, round robins, 2.5. On the screen, you'll see it's in power mode. You'll see your resistance, the amp load, the volts, and a puff counter. Let's do 3 clicks. Power then is highlighted. You could scroll through to temperature control nickel, TC stainless steel, TC TI, TC TCR, variable wattage curves, bypass mode, and then back to power. So let's say we're in stainless steel. If you want to then adjust your settings in stainless steel, you click the fire button here. Oh, need to Get it highlighted again, click the fire button, and then you can lock the resistance of your coil if you want. Click the fire button again. You can then adjust your wattage if you want. Click the fire button again, and then you can adjust your puff counter. So pretty much the same exact board as the board in the Aegis Legend, right? Very, very simple to use for sure. Let's go back into wattage mode. And on this one, you can lock resistance as well, and then reset your puff counter. Now, if you click both buttons at the same time, that then locks these controls right here, but you can still vape, okay? Fire and the right button, adjust your brightness up. Fire and the left button, adjust your brightness down. 5 clicks to turn it on and off.